use for the bluegrass that I grew up doing. I use for all that because it gave me a lot of control of my right hand. And that's what this sheet basically deals with, the flat top workout. And the flat top workout is really great for a couple of reasons. Whenever you're playing guitar, a lot of times people have a hard time shifting from a lead line into a rhythm line and back and forth. And it's really tough to do. And the thing to think about is there's a clock that's running all the time when you're playing. I mean, once the guy counts off, if it's whoever counts off the song, once that starts, your little clock should be rolling. And I don't want to say a clock to mess up the groove. The groove's important. I'm an ear-trained musician. So the groove is really important. But once the clock starts rolling, it needs to continue to roll. Even if you don't play on those beats are still there and they're still rolling by. And I'm going to show you a little example. There was a movie called Brother, How Art Thou was out. It was a great flick that was out. And Dan Tominski sung the song on there, Man of Constant Sorrow. But I had to tab that for a magazine. And I write for Flatbed Guitar Magazine. It's not a real popular magazine, but it's about a 20,000 readership. But anyway, in the magazine I had to tab the solo, and I noticed I learn a lot when I get with other players. Like, I want to learn a lot today from you guys that I want to tell you about. And I'll use in a song. No, I'm kidding, I wouldn't do that. But I learned a lot from y'all. I mean, really, seriously, every time I teach, I learn about how to customize what I do as a clinician. Because I do this all over the world, actually. And it's nice to be in Texas doing it, not in Germany this week, which I was supposed to be last week. So it's really great to be home. But the thing about this right-hand technique is, it's similar to what I'm going to talk about with the song with Brother, How Art Thou. It's a clock that continues to roll through. In other words, like, let's get the key. I am a man of constant sorrow. You hear the beat right there, right? Well, that's, you know, this tune sounds like an old Bill Monroe song, right? It sounds like an old traditional gut-wrench, kill your mom, hang her on a tree, kind of, you know, the old murder ballad songs that you hear. I mean, really, years ago, I remember as a kid, the crowd would be a bunch of, you know, folks my grandparents' age, and they'd be, which actually seems a lot younger to me these years, the older I get, and see my kids running around. But they'll sit out there in the lounge chair, and they'll be singing about hanging somebody from a tree, and they're just grinning, you know. You know, as a kid, I thought, man, that's really weird. They're singing about, you know, I cut her neck, she bled to death. You know, I mean, they're singing about stuff like that, and I'm thinking, why are they grinning? You know, what's this all about? But I love a good murder ballad. I grew up with that kind of stuff. So Brother, How Art Thou's got that same kind of vibe. It's got that hill country kind of lonesome sound. And when Dan Tominski did it, he did a real neat solo, and I had to tab it out, but it made me think about this clock. Now that's not a bluegrass rhythm if I've ever heard it. That would make Bill Monroe roll over in his grave, you know. That's more like a, you know, it's more like maybe some kind of a hip-hop kind of a rhythm. But the thing about it is that rhythm goes all the way through the song from the start to the end. That's what's so cool about it. So when you do this, in constant sorrow all through his day, I am a man of constipation. Sorry, just kidding. But the thing about it is it's rolling all the way through. So if I wanted to play single lines, that's still going. You know, that clock is still rolling from the start. Even though we started, and we may not be playing all those notes, but we may let that roll, and we need to feel that with your right hand. That's so important. And that's what this workout page does. If you look at it, 1, 3, 5, and I don't have 7 on my sheet. I'm sure everybody has a 7 on theirs. I hope the printer decided not to print it on this one. That was a good one to hang on to. 1, 3, 5, and 7 are the same. The idea is that we want to come back to a home base. In other words, when I'm playing a solo, there's a certain part in the solo, if I'm making it up and I'm improvising on the fly, there's going to be a certain spot in the song that I'm going to kind of have a little place where I walk up a set of stairs, and there's a little landing there before it goes up another set of stairs, and it gives me a chance to kind of breathe a little bit, kind of think about what I'm doing. And it's a place for me to kind of relax and not have to play anything really technically hard. I'll show you something that'll exemplify that right here. Anything that's basically on the beat, as in a 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and bum, bum, bum. You know, you got some places that you can play some notes that aren't as fast, and you don't have to just do the whole time. You know, you can play something that's tastier without all the notes built into it. It's going to sound a lot more groovier. It's going to sound like you're actually a seasoned player. If you're not a seasoned player, it's going to make you sound like you've got that type of frame of mind where you can play something, you know. Whatever you want to do, the beat's still rolling, the clock's still going. But I can play some stuff that someone would say, God, that sounds really cool, that's neat, man. But it's not as hard on me. It gives me a chance to kind of breathe, and it leaves a lot of space. Space is really good. I think the years I played in Nashville, I'm still there a lot, you know, every several months at a time doing sessions. But the neat thing about it is I got paid as much money to leave space in a song on a record as I did to play something. And it made me think, you know, that space is really important. You guys wouldn't want to hear a song that did this the whole time. It'd be kind of boring to me just to hear that the whole time. You know, we need to hear a little bit of space and a little bit of dynamics. This particular flat top workout, and I wanted to say that about things rolling quickly with your lead. If you hear somebody playing something fast, it's great to like put something in there, and then let's have a break. Let's leave some spots where we can breathe and kind of take a breath. I kind of look at it as being a horn player, maybe a sax player, where the sax player's got to take a breath and then blow some more notes, and then take another breath and blow some more notes. Incidentally, I was in Mississippi, met a blues guy down there. His name was Carl Ray, and he said, I had my guitar in my case, and he said, man, get out your horn. I got to hear your horn. And I said, my horn? What do you mean my horn? He was talking about my guitar, man. He played his blues the same way a horn player plays, and he always called his guitar a horn, and I thought that was really cool, because it is kind of my horn. It's my instrument. And the horn can sound however you want it to. If you want to play something that's going to be a little bit more melodic, a little bit more spacious, and just think about it this way, it's easier on you as a player to do that, and it will make you sound better. Number one is a closed rhythm position, and I'll take the capo off. I know I was at a festival with Snowbirds last weekend in McAllen, and I had 2 capos on. They said, why do you put 2 capos on? You know, this Japanese guy from Minnesota. It's a nice combination. And I said, because I want a different sound, and I can't sing it in the other key, you know. And but he thought I was cheating with capos on, and I go, well, you know, I'm just trying to get a different sound. I'm not trying to cheat. I'm just trying to change the key a little bit, you know. But he thought if you used capos, you were cheating. But that's not true.